any accent?
Well, I still have my Boston accent, so usually when I speak English there, people, I say, well, where are you from? And I say, I'm from Boston, because usually when I speak, you can hear my R's come out. And then I speak a little bit of Swedish, so I wish I could speak better Swedish, but if I did, I'd probably have a better job.
How often do you come back here?
Well, I came back last year, and that was my first time in 6 years. And then I'm back now, and I was also back in summer for about a week. So it's not too often. It's everything is probably a bit expensive over there. So you basically have to save up, and then you have complication where you have to pay other bills, and so you never get around to coming over.
Yeah. Man, you're in great shape. How old are you now?
I'll be 44 in November.
Holy smokes! You look like you're in your 30s easily.
Well, it's probably because of my hair. I got a haircut. No, it's last year I was still active in basketball. I was playing like in the top level basketball, so I'm still involved in basketball. I'm still playing. And right this year I'm coaching, but last year I was playing. And also my brother lives over in Finland. He's been living for 22 years, and he's 45 and he's still playing the highest level basketball over there. So it's you can do that if you stay in shape and be healthy. So.
Yeah. Okay. A little bit about why you're here this weekend. You're already in the U of O Hall of Fame as an individual.
Yes.
And now you come in as part of this team. Do you think this team has long has deserved that honor?
I think so. I think that we started a reputation of playing hard basketball. There's a common college of kids, and the year that we played, 74, 75, I think was one of the toughest years that I've been here because I think on 8 out of 9 games we lost by 1 or 2 points. And I think that's a frustrating year for anybody that you're playing and you lose by that little point. Then we play in the NIT and we lose by 1 point from getting into the championship. I would say that's a frustrating year for anybody. And I think it's well deserved for the players that accepted awards tonight. Because we went through a tough program under Dick Harder. We worked hard to get where we were, and we missed being in the NCAA that year also. That I thought we should have been playing in also.
Well, there have been teams that have been more successful, a win-loss record, but there's something special about that team that has earned them this honor.
I think maybe it's the style of basketball we played. It was just tough and aggressive, and people were willing to come out and see that. It was a different type of basketball that you normally would see, because we went out and did anything we possibly could, to win the basketball game.
Do you realize that when people around here, if you ask longtime people around here who was the best player to play here, I would guarantee your name would come up more often than anybody else. That how long has it been? It's been almost 20 years, right?
Long time. Right. A long time.
Has it been 20 years? What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 76.
Yeah, so it's been 20 years.
Yeah.
In 20 years, you still, people still remember you as a significant person around here.
Well, I don't know if it's the same, but for me, I just consider myself just a basketball player that has the tools. I'm not the best ball handler. I just go out there and work hard, and I think a lot of times I'd go out and see a person to, even if he didn't have that much skill to play hard, to work hard, to do what he's doing, do the best he can, and I think a lot of people do that. I think in the pros too. When I was playing pro, I think a lot of people who came out to see me, they see me come out and play because I worked hard, and they might have related to themselves that they work hard and doing the best they can and having fun at it. I had fun at doing what I did, and I think maybe people enjoyed that it wasn't a job for me. It was more like fun. So.
That was kind of the attitude of this whole team, though, wasn't it?
Yes, I think for this team, I think everybody had to stick together because of the tough program I think that Coach Harder put us through. Regardless on how everybody I think felt about each other personally, I think as a team, I think we had to be together or stick together as a team because the way, like I said, Dick Harder practiced us for 3 hours, we had to stay as a team because if one individual messed up, then everybody had to pay for it. So I think you learn to work together as a team, and I think the personality or the feeling that you had grew within that. So.
How much do you keep in touch with the people who you played with, and how much? A two-part question. And how much do you follow Oregon basketball these days?
Well, I'm the type of person that I see people when I see them. I don't like writing and stuff like that. I keep in touch with Ernie. So Ernie calls me sometimes. Ernie Kent, and I also have my roommate Rich Bernstein that always keep me the update basically of what's going on in Eugene. You know, he calls me and tells me what things are happening and stuff like that. So my communication is to my, my best friend. And I try to follow up. I think there's a lot of people in Sweden who's from Oregon, in Eugene. I have one friend, Ryan Morrow, who was born and raised in Eugene, and his father's name is Ken Morrow, and Joe. So, and he lives out in Sweden now. So he tells me what's going on in football and stuff like that. So everything is close together. And also they had a Oregon club too, also in Sweden at one time. So that's how many people in Sweden, from Oregon.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but contact-wise, like I said, I mean, when I'm in the States, I try to give them a call and see how they're doing and stuff like that. So, but it's like situations like this where we're getting a chance to meet each other that we can reminisce on the stuff that we used to do in the past, which makes it a great event. Okay.
And anything else you think?
No,
So you think it's just the way this team played that has kind of captured the imagination of Oregon supporters over the years?
I think so, and I think it was at a time when when I first came here, Oregon was, I think, at the bottom of the Pac-8.
Oh, yeah.
And for me coming here, I think it's more like a challenge when I came here. Coming here, playing in the Pac-8, which was the best at the best time, one of the best leagues.
Yeah.
And playing against UCLA, USC, Washington. I mean, that right there is exposure right there. And then trying to come to a program to build it up. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of guys is that they did build up the program. People did start have interest in watching us play, and probably the way we played also. I think people packed it because we went out and did the best that we possibly can. And I think people enjoyed that.
Overachieved, do you think?
Somewhat, I think. It's like I said, I don't really know the reason. It's just that people enjoyed watching that type of basketball. We brought I think a different type of basketball, to the Oregon program.
So when you were inducted into the Oregon Hall of Fame as an individual, did you lobby at all for the team itself to be inducted into this Hall of Fame?
No, I didn't really. It was a surprise to me because they contacted me and told me that the team was being inducted and stuff like that. So I thought it was a fantastic thing, and especially like I said, players who haven't been here for a while, like myself. And I don't know how long Greg Ballard's been back here, or Stu Jackson or Ernie Kent, and getting a chance to see the people that we met when we was in college. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. See, I think you do have some sort of Swedish accent here.
No,
don't you think so? There's just a little bit of on some of your words. There's a little.
All right. Well, I mean, you might be out here, but I don't hear it. I just, just the way I talk. Maybe like you say, it might be my Boston accent. Because I mean.
No, you think there's more than that there?
Because I mean,
Boston accent, yeah.
because I say
I can hear it. Oh,
or
sure,
garbage, or something like that, then you can hear the accent from from Boston and stuff like that. But I mean, there's some things I probably forgot in English because I mean, since like I said, when I got back over here, it's just so funny hearing saying, wait a minute, that's English people are speaking. Because usually it's Swedish that people are talking, and like I said, I do understand some, but not all of it. All of a sudden, hearing everybody speak English, I go, okay, yeah, now.
And how long have you been there?
10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the ring? What's
the
your...
ring was, they have a Boston shootout in Boston, and I was one of the players who started, and I think that year we won the whole thing, and it became to be a big tournament.
Oh.
And they put us in the Hall of Fame back there, so what they did is they gave us the rings for it.
Oh.
So, and I think it was like in '89 that they inducted us into the Hall of Fame.
And you're still playing basketball?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
How long do you think that's going to go?
2, I'd probably drop. Well, the thing is, I play because I enjoy it. It's I play for a club, and it's fun. I don't consider it work. It's just something that I like doing. I enjoy. And I basically play the same way I did before, and except maybe I'm a little bit slower getting off the floor. But other than that,
so you still hit the deck?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Still taking charges and stuff like that. So.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you said your job, you work for a cleaning business?
Yeah, I work for, for the commune, which is like, say I live in Sona, so which is basically it's a commune. Okay.
What's that again?
It's a community.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's basically, it's the Sona, which is a community. Next to Sona, it might be like a place called Sundbyberg, which is a commune. So they have their own different community or section. Okay, so I work in this area. It's like, if I
So
went...
is it like working for the city kind of a thing?
It's not the city because it's like Sona has their own district.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you have a permanent parking pass for Sona, but if you go out of this area right here, it's like you're going to Salem. Right next to Eugene. I can't
Springfield?
If you go to Springfield, okay, you might have a pass to park in Eugene,
Right.
but if you go to Springfield, it's a totally different pass,
Uh-huh.
so it won't work. So you get a ticket there.
Yeah.
See, so they call that commuting.
Okay.
So I work for the commune in Sona. I couldn't go work in Summerberry because I don't belong to that commune.
Right.
So I work for them. So I basically like clean schools or parks and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So, but you know, it's the thing I like about it. It just gives me the time that I need because I can finish. And once I finish, I leave, and then I can go do something else. Which basically go home and clean. You know, so. But it's something to do. It pays the bills and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So, and I coach in the evening.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
so.
And how old are your kids?
Well, I have 3 kids. One is just turned 13.
Is that the one in Seattle?
She lives in Seattle.
With her mother?
Yeah, with her mother.
Uh-huh.
And I have 2. One who's going to be 9 in November, and I have one who's 2 years, 4 months.
Oh.
And that's my son. So,
What's his name?
Ronald, same as mine. Junior. We say Junior. So.
Yeah. You teach him like, here's the ball. No, don't jump after it.
Well, you know, he does. It's so weird because he's. I think he's going to enjoy all the sports. He likes football. He likes basketball. You know, he'll pick up a football and he'll start throwing the football. you know.
Speed skating.
No, he's not into that
Cross-country
yet.
skiing.
Yeah. I wish he could get into that. But you know,
soccer in Sweden, don't they?
yeah. Well, we could. Yeah. That's why when I say football, I mean I'm so used to saying football.
Oh,
already.
is that right?
Yeah, and then something they have like American football there, and he'll pick it up and he'll start throwing it and stuff like that. And so I mean, he kicks it, throws it, shoots it, you know, does whatever,
Yeah.
you know. But then he sees somebody with a basketball, he goes, oh, b-ball, Papa, b-ball, you know, and stuff like that. So, but I think he's going to be into a different type of sports, you know. And right now, my other little girl,
I won't.
she's right now she's going into dancing.
Oh.
And then the one in Seattle, she's into track and she plays a little bit of basketball and stuff
Oh.
like that. So,
Okay.
So-
You probably don't get to see her very often.
no, last year when I came back, it was like I haven't seen her in 6 years.
Oh, wow.
You know, so I see when I want to bring her over, she goes to like to international meets or not international, but championship meets for her age group, and she has it in July, which is basically the same time I have my vacation. You know, so she has to go to that, so she doesn't get a chance to say when I come there or vice versa when I want to bring her over to come out there. You know, so. But you know, like I said, it was nice to see her. You know,
Yeah.
I saw her last year, so for about a week. So.
Well, listen, thanks for
Oh.
spending some time with us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Enjoy your stop to your visit this weekend.
Oh God, I've been looking forward to this. I'll tell you the
Oh,
truth.
really?
Yeah. Oh, you know, like I say, seeing everybody, seeing the guys on the team, and you know, seeing other people I haven't probably had missed contact with and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's really nice.
You'll be shocked because they'll be all dumpy.
Well, I don't know about that. You know. So yeah, but then over there they don't have that. They don't have a variety of food as we have over here, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like for me in the morning, I have tea and toast. Over here, pancakes, you know, whatever and stuff like that. You don't really see that many, I think, fat people over there. Yeah, you won't see it. You see some, but not as many as you see in the States.
It's too cold.
Yeah, too cold. Oh, no, in the summertime it's great. You know, summertime is great, and in the wintertime it's not. I don't really consider it that bad. You know, it's just that you have to get used to the darkness and lightness. In the wintertime, it really gets dark early. You know, and
How old did you say you were?
well, I'll be 40. Well, you can say I'm 44 because my birthday's in November, but I might as well get used to 44 because I'm a lot closer to 44 than I am 43. So,
Okay.
Just
so-
resigning yourself.
yeah, just resigning myself to the fact that I will be 44 pretty soon. So,
All right.
so
Enjoy yourself.
Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I won't, thanks a lot. Thank you. Have a good day.
Have you been back to backcourt at all? Or?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was just back there about an hour and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah.
You look a lot different?
Ooh, God, did it look different. You know, it's like I went to the locker rooms. I couldn't believe the locker room. I'm going, God, I wish we had this. I mean, TV and stuff.
Pretty
oh,
neat, huh?
Oh, it's fantastic. You know, and I mean, we had our own lockers, but not like that. You know, so.
With Coach Harder, was it more like a military kind of thing, his practices and the way he drove you guys? Did he make you guys carry bricks or something?
No, well, not during my time he did. Maybe I think I heard that after I left he did. I can't say if it's true or not. You probably have to ask maybe Greg because maybe it was Greg's last year that they made him
Uh-huh.
do it and stuff like that. But it's
Climb ropes and.
well, climb ropes we did. You know,
Yeah.
after practice we climbed rope and stuff. And then after that we went to shoot free throws, which basically, if you
Uh-huh.
ever climbed ropes
Oh,
and
yeah.
shoot, it's like, whoo, you know, it's like pulling a string,
Right.
You know, tight string and stuff like that. No, I thought his practice was what's the word I'm looking for? Really, you could say tense if you want
Mhm.
to. I mean, you know, we went to one drill or the other, and you know, he expected to be done and stuff like that, and you know, to do your best.
Mhm.
You know, that's all he wanted, to give your best you can.
Yeah.
You know, and then he pushed it, I think, a little beyond what you could give to make yourself better.
Really.
You know, and because I mean, I don't think you really know what your potentials are unless somebody's pushing you.
Mhm.
You know, then you find out what it is. You know, and I think that's what he did. He pushed us to be the best we can, and he pushed us beyond that to see what our potential is.
Mhm.
You know, and, I mean, at the time you thought as a young man, wow, this is tough. You know. But when you look back, I just laugh at the stuff that we did, you know. And, you know, you can reminisce with the guys, say, God, I don't believe we did that. You know,
Uh-huh.
this is the way we practiced. I don't know how we went through it. You know, being old saying we had to do it now. There's no way we could survive. You know, so.
I was talking to Mike Drummond last year. Remember Mike
Okay,
Drummond?
yeah.
He says mellowed a lot, I guess, harder. He's with
Well,
the players
yeah,
now,
well, you
know.
had to because I mean he's in a different type of coaching position. You know,
Mhm.
now he's dealing with men who are 35, who are professional and stuff like that. So I think you basically have to change,
Mhm.
you know, the way you think or the way you coach.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, professional, you can give the guys a ball and they know what to do with it. You know, in college, the kids are young, and you're building them up where you're helping them to be a player. You know.
How did you choose Rayner in the first place? I mean, a lot of guys were from Pennsylvania.
Well, you know, I came and visited. You know, two reasons: the basketball program and the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the people weren't as nice as they were, you know, I would have never came here. But I mean, you know, they were warming when I came here. They were friendly.
Mhm.
It was a college town. The program was on the way up. It was the challenge of playing UCLA, USC. You know, and building the program. You know.
You'd never been back west before? Before you,
No, that's the first time I've been to
Really?
the West Coast. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was the first time I went to the West Coast.
You still keep in touch with the coaches, Coach Bill Hinckley?
No, well, so far, I mean, I don't. I should because Billingsley is in Oslo.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's a national coach in Oslo, if I'm not mistaken.
right?
Yeah, so I mean, I should, but just I guess being lazy or whatever. Because I mean, it's like living in Eugene and not going somewhere that you've been here the whole time. You've never been there. You know, it's like going to
Right.
the museum or something like that. It's the same thing here. I'm there, but I never gave.
Living in
a shot.
Hawaii and never going to Pearl Harbor or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that?
it's like going like that, you know, because you
Uh-huh.
take, you know, I guess you take it for granted that you're going to be there or he's going to be there and stuff like that.
Right.
So, you know, I guess, you know, my thing is I see people when I see them, and for me, it makes it a lot better because if you haven't seen somebody in a long time, you have a lot more to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, the anticipation of meeting them is like, you know, you get excited. You know, it's like I'm excited because, you know, like I said, I haven't seen these people a lot of these people in 10 or 12 years.
Right.
You know, and you know, just the anticipation of meeting them and seeing how they look and stuff like that. It's going to be great. You know, like I said, reminiscent of what we did for the 4 years that we was at college here.
Yeah.
You know, you look back and you start laughing and say, "Damn, I can't believe we did this." You know, so you know, like I said, I mean, it's something I'm looking forward to. And okay.
How was the NBA experience? Did you feel you were...
It was an experience. You know,
Mhm.
you go in. I think a lot of players go in naive about the pros. You know, on that it's a business than anything else. You know, because the thing is that you know, almost like you're a meat market also.
Mhm.
Because the thing is that you go in, you have no, unless you're really a superstar, you have no control of where you go at if they want to trade you and stuff like that. You know, hard for me is when I got traded from Phoenix. You know,
Yeah.
knowing that it was a business. You know, compared to people's
like
feeling.
college anymore.
Yeah, not like college. You know, it's like, okay, it wasn't what's best for the players, what's best for the team. Okay, regardless of what the player feels, you know, we're still going to trade you. See, that's what I felt. I mean, I've been there 2.5 years. I felt that it was, you know, my home where I was living at the time, You know, I enjoyed the people there also.
Mhm.
You know, all of a sudden, boom, right under your feet.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna put you somewhere else. To New Orleans was a totally an experience because now I went to a team that was contending to go to the playoffs to a non-contender.
Mhm.
That a lot of players was more going off for individual statistics than they were building up the team. And I also used to playing or being team-oriented. That I basically I didn't fit into the group. You know, so I kind of got lost in the transition. You know,
Did you figure your style of play kind of took some years off your career?
the what?
Your style of play.
No, I think it's just like any other place. When you pick a college, you have to pick the college that's gonna use you on your ability. And I think
Mhm.
it's the same with professional. I mean, Phoenix was the perfect place for me because they used my ability on what I had.
Mhm.
Okay, when I went to New Orleans, it was totally different. They didn't use it. You know, I don't know what they did. You
Mhm.
know, and the same thing when I went to Atlanta, they used me as a defensive player. And when I went to the